In the years leading up to 2008, Wall Street pulled off an incredible magic trick. They took billions of dollars in highly toxic debt, made it completely vanish from their balance sheets, and convinced the world it was perfectly safe. Then, the math caught up with them. To understand how they did it, we have to look back to the early 2000s. To help the economy recover from the dot-com crash, the Federal Reserve dropped short-term interest rates to a historic 1%. Cheap money meant cheap mortgages. Homebuyers were given a massive green light to take out loans they could not actually afford, aided by teaser rates, incredibly low initial interest rates designed to jump much higher after a few years. At the same time, this cheap borrowing environment allowed financial institutions to maximize their leverage. Leverage is the practice of using borrowed money to amplify potential returns. Banks used this virtually free cash to place massive, highly risky bets across the market. When money is that cheap to borrow, the perception of risk disappears. From local home buyers signing up for massive loans to Wall Street executives placing multi-billion-dollar bets, cheap credit incentivized absolute greed across every level of the economy. To capitalize on this borrowing frenzy, Wall Street needed a product. Enter the mortgage-backed security, or MBS. An MBS is simply an investment made up of thousands of individual home loans bundled together. Banks took thousands of subprime mortgages, loans given to borrowers with poor credit histories who were highly likely to default, and bundled them into a single giant package to sell to global investors. To sell these bundles to conservative investors, the banks needed a stamp of approval. Credit rating agencies evaluated these packages of highly risky loans and gave them a AAA rating. That is the highest possible grade, reserved for the safest investments on Earth. Investors across globe, pension funds, foreign governments, retirement accounts, poured trillions of dollars into the U.S. housing market. They bought these securities believing the AAA stamp meant their money was entirely safe. Wall Street successfully packaged highly likely to fail loans into shiny, top-tier investments. A massive ticking time bomb sat quietly inside the portfolios of the global financial system, entirely missed by regulators. One 158-year-old investment giant was heavily exposed to this architecture, Lehman Brothers. By 2008, Lehman held $680 billion in assets against $22.5 billion in capital, a 31-to-1 leverage ratio. If their real estate portfolio dropped just 3%, they'd lose all capital, wiped out. To hide this terrifying reality, Lehman used a secret accounting trick called Repo 105. Repo 105 allowed Lehman to temporarily classify short-term loans as sales. Right before quarterly reports were due, they moved $50 billion in toxic assets off their balance sheet, making the firm look far less leveraged than it actually was. Government regulators from the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Federal Reserve literally shared office space inside the Lehman building during this period. They monitored daily operations, yet they entirely missed the massive shell game happening right in front of them. Inside the firm, senior executive Matthew Lee saw the fraud. He wrote a letter directly to Lehman's management and auditors, explicitly warning them about unethical Repo 105 use. 6 days later, Lehman fired him. The Lehman collapse stemmed from a deliberate, carefully engineered accounting fraud designed to maintain the appearance of solvency. They hid the truth to keep the illusion alive at all costs. Down on Main Street, the clock ran out. Those cheap teaser rates on subprime mortgages expired, and monthly payments shot up to levels homeowners could never afford. Borrowers defaulted en masse. Thousands of houses went back on the market with no buyers in sight. Supply soared, demand vanished, and home prices plummeted. Banks were subject to mark-to-market accounting rules, meaning they had to report the value of their assets based on current market prices. As housing prices fell, banks were forced to admit that their AAA-rated mortgage bundles were rapidly losing value. The foundation of the entire system gave way. Because the underlying mortgages were now worthless, the heavily leveraged, multi-trillion-dollar architecture built on top of them instantly broke apart. On September 15, 2008, the music stopped. The U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve drew a line in the sand and explicitly refused to bail out Lehman Brothers. The 158-year-old giant filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Holding over $600 billion in debt, it remains the largest bankruptcy filing in U.S. history. The fallout was immediate. This became known as the Lehman effect. absolute panic swept through the financial system. Banks completely stopped lending to one another because no one knew who else was holding toxic, worthless debt. Credit markets froze. Money market mutual funds faced massive withdrawal demands. Equity indices crashed violently as the contagion dragged the global economy directly into the Great Recession. The 2008 crash originated from a clear set of human decisions. Extreme leverage engineered the vulnerability, systemic accounting fraud obscured it, and the public ultimately paid the price when the math caught up with the illusion.